Welcome back to part 2 of fitting a new wheel arch on my mk2 Golf. So in the last video we fitted a new inner wheel arch onto it and got it all rust free. So today I'm going to be fitting the new outer wheel arch as well as tying up a few other areas as well and getting it in some paint. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and all of our social media links will be in the description box below. As I go round, if there's any areas that are a bit tight and they don't quite fit together right, then I'll just use a flat disc or a cutting disc just to try and open it up a little bit, just to make sure it fits the best possible. So as you can see, I've just been tacking, pulling it round, getting it into the right place. I want to carry on tacking it all up, getting this bit all on as well. I've probably just got a little bit more tweaking of it just to get it sitting perfect. And then I'm just going to go round and I'm going to tack it probably about every 20-25 mil or so. And that will just stop it pulling and moving while I'm welding it. And then what I'll do is I'll then weld it in stages. So I'll weld 20 mil there, keep cooling it. I don't want to get it too hot because the more heat you put into a panel, obviously the more it warps, and I want it to be I want to put the least amount of filler in this possible and have the least amount of work to do when it comes to painting and prep work. All stitched on now. I've just been doing a little bit of the welding. I've still got quite a bit more to do. It's getting there now, and I'm quite pleased with how well it's gone on. So yeah, getting there now. So I'm just going to get it all welded, and then I can finally start on tying everything up and doing all the sill as well. Next bit I want to do is spot welding all this lip on the outer wheel arch to the inner wheel arch. So to do that, I'm just going to take a pair of mole grips and nip it. But first, I think I'm just going to work my way around, just giving it a bit of a tap just to get it to line up, and then I can put grips on it, and then I can spot weld it, or plug weld it, sorry, and it should all be nice and firmly attached then. Right, so now I've got that all spot welded, so now I've got that all plug welded on and all welded as well. I'm now going to quickly make this bit up. So I'm going to take it right up to here because we've got a bit of a gap here, and I'd rather just replace this as well. So I'm going to cut straight up here, straight across, and then make a little panel or a little bit to go in there, and then just weld it down here and weld it to this bit as well. So I'll get that made now and then get that welded in. I'm going to get all the weld sanded down. I'm going to use a 36 grit sander disc. I don't want to put too much heat into it or take it down too far or create any thin spots, because obviously then they can crack or break, and you know, you don't want none of that. You want nice strong metal on it. I've got it all sanded up now. It's looking really good. I'm really happy with it. As long as it is low between these 2 points here then you can filler it and it'll look really good. I've just got this little bit at the back to sort out here, and then this is pretty much done. Then it can literally just have a bit of filler in it, put in primer, and then it can be painted. So after what feels like about 40 hours sanding down the filler and getting absolutely covered in it, I finally finished. I'm really happy with the finish. It looks really good. I haven't used loads of filler, which I'm really happy about. I really wanted to only use a small amount, so I'm happy with how it's looking. So I've just tried to clear up, trying to clear up as much of the dust as I can, trying to get as much of it off the car as I can, because obviously I don't want it to fall in the paint. So I'm now going to panel wipe everywhere, down on the car, on the rear quarter where I'll be doing, and then I can start masking it off and getting a light dust coat of primer on it. So I've got a good 5 or 6 coats of primer on now. It's all dry. It's looking really good, so I'm really happy with it. I'm now going to rub it back with a 240 grit sanding disc, and then I can start putting the top coat on. Right, so that's top coat all done. We're now on to lacquer. Alright, so that's the wheel arch all painted now. It's the next morning, it's been drying overnight, and I've now finally been able to have a proper look at it. I'm actually really surprised at how well it's come out. I think it needs a good wash and polish, obviously, to blend it in with the original paint, but I think once I've done that, I think that'll look really good. There is a few imperfections in it, but I mean, I half expected that anyway. But they're going to be covered with the arch trim, so I'm not too bothered, but for what it is, I think it's actually come out really good. So I've got the inner wheel arch in primer, and I've just now started using some Tetraseal just to seal it all off so that we prevent rusting in the future. I've just been polishing up the paintwork, and I've popped the trim back on as well just to see how that all goes on and how it looks when it's on, and it's looking really good. So that's another job ticked off the list now. I've still got a bit more polishing to do, but it's nearly there. So that's the Golf a little bit closer to being rust free now. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.